Hey guys, it's Mike from Pattern Traders. I want to take like 20-30 minutes and talk to you guys quickly about the buys and sells and the other oscillators that we use that works pretty well with the signals. Just please bear with me. I'm on my laptop. I'm trying to do this quickly for you guys so I can set you guys up with testing the indicator to get decent feedback so we see what we could do. I'm congested. I have allergies, so I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. Here we go. So, what I personally have on my screen day to day when I trade is my trend bars, which indicates what current trend is. It's usually my macros that I use it on. Black means bear, white means bull, and I have my TMA bands, which indicates my tops and bottoms, and then my equilibrium being the center, which is the orange price. When scalping, this is amazing. Like, you really want to have a visual of this on your screen, so you know exactly you're not punting shorts in the middle of a neutral zone or at the bottom of the bands, right? And then you have your liquidity, which is probably my favorite indicator that we use for scalping. You cannot beat this. It literally goes from level to level, taking liquidity until it finds support, and then they just see that bounces or gets rejected, right? So, right there, boom, and then it's probably gonna end up double topping and coming down somewhere here, 50L or whatever the case is. But what else do we have? And then we have your buys and sells, which have there's two settings. You have your standard default is a 9, 10, 2.5 reduced signal threshold for 4. Those are the default settings. The indicator was built around these specific settings because they're conservative and they don't fire often. I modified the settings and tweaked the inputs. So John gave me my own settings called aggressive. If you do happen to put aggressive, just turn the reduced signal threshold to 7. This is what I use. These are my settings. I have this on 9, 10, 2.5, and 7. You can mess with these settings all you want and find whatever works for you, but this is what I personally have been using for the past month and a half, and it's made me money. 9, 10, 2.5, 7, and turn this thing on. Again, you can modify this all you want. You could change this tool. See, as you change it, it modifies the signals, right? You could change this up and down, and it'll give you better signals. So if you happen to find an asset that works very well with specific inputs, keep them, pass them along, and we can test them. So again, reset. This is your standard. Let's go to the 1 hour or 3 hour, whatever you want to call. Let's go to 30 minutes. You see it. This is your standard buys and sells. And then if you put my settings on, just put the aggressive toggle on, make this 7, press OK, and this is what I have. All right, so now you have my settings. Oscillators, the MSTX and the RSX, my go-tos. I don't trade without them. This is pretty much my setup. RSX is a modified version of the RSI with an algorithm put in place. Now, the algorithm that we have is great for calling tops and bottoms. Same thing with the MSTX. It's a Stoke with a modified, it's a modified Stoke with a secondary line that reads higher time frame behavior. Now, what I mean by that is you have your signal line, which is the purple line, and then you have your regular Stoke, which is not your regular Stoke, our version of Stoke, which is the silver line. So you have the purple line, which is the signal, and the silver line, which is your faster Stoke. Now, you always want to see, even though you get your crosses, you always want to see an over-under, which is going to be a retest, right? Your retest is going to signify that trend is significantly, trend is shifting and we're about to either reverse up or reverse down, right? That's just the way it works when it comes to the Stoke. You don't really want to see, like, for example, I'm going to give you 12 hours punting a short right now, right? This is a 12-hour short, right? So everyone's saying, oh, we're going to go down. By the way, I'm in the short, but just hear me out for a second. You're punting a short right here. It's great for a scalp. But look at this. We're north. Look how far away we are. Look at this big gap. This thing is still pointing up. So we need this type of behavior to be able to say the trend is over. We're going to die, right? But it's not. We're still pointing north. The fast Stoke is way above the signal line. If I don't see a high time frame fast Stoke under the signal line like this, then I'm not swinging that specific setup. So this is why I'm still swinging my longs. This is exactly what you want to see. You want to see the signal line turn black and then you want to see the fast line, which is the gray line, have an algo fire, dark green, above it, right? Or below it, like this, right? Like this, right? Like this, right? That's just the way that's just the way it was built. So I do anticipate that we're going to go a bit higher. Honestly, to be honest with you guys, I still think that we're going to put in a whole different pattern, because this doesn't make sense for it to die here. I'm not a bull or a bear, by the way. Don't I'm just playing levels. Um, if you look at the higher time frame, let's go to. Oh, by the way, I always use my indicators on USDT. I found more success on USDT. You could try Bitmax and Bitstamp. I found that the signals work better on USDT. Um, excuse me. Let's go to Bitstamp, which gives you a better visual. See, like over here, right? You have your stoke. You have your over under. You went down. You found support. I'm not gonna lie to you. I shorted this right here. So the breakout, I missed the breakout completely. I shorted 9,900. So I caught every single top and bottom in this specific range when we consolidated, and then I ended up losing out. I'm being honest, guys. I ended up losing out. I played the consolidation range perfect. I messed up the breakout, right? I didn't know better. So, but now that we have the indicators, because back then I didn't have these indicators. Now that I have them, the oscillators, you could tell, right? Gray is your support and resistance line, right? You can see this went up, got slapped by the gray, came down, and went back, and created a whole new pattern. So we are at a bounce area. I'm not telling that it's going to bounce and go back up and do whatever. All I'm saying is that you need to be very careful when you're shorting, like I was, like a doofus. I was shorting this area down here, um, in your gray zone. Same thing with over here, your gray zone. You don't want to short in your gray zone. Do not touch shorts in your gray zone. You want to punt as many shorts as you can, as close to the red as possible. Talk about the background colors, right? Anything down here is look for longs with proper invalidation. That's just the way you should play it. Anytime your high time frame, 5 day, 3 day, 2 day, 2 week, whatever you want to say, comes anywhere near the gray zone, you want to look for longs. We also put proper Fibonacci levels on our indicators. You see the little gray lines? It respects it very well. See how we respect them and we bounce? Look, right? Let's just put it this way. Over 3 months worth of work and testing went into this whole strategy. So it works. Just a matter of you understanding how to take the signals properly. When you get an algo that fires, right? When you get an algo that fires like this, like this, don't be scared to punt longs like this. Don't be scared to punt longs, right? Longs, long, long, long. Shorts, right? Look for shorts. Look for shorts. Look for shorts. Everyone's saying they're going to go higher. Yes, to guts. Look for shorts. Now, what I think is going on, even though we have a weekly short signal, which is probably 20%. I don't know what that is. 20% dump. Beautiful, right? There's no reason to be looking for shorts down here after we dump 20%. We're not going to die. BTC is not going to just die like this, right? It doesn't make any sense. You need to complete the pattern. And as you could tell, this is a major pattern, right? This is a cycle. If you guys know, have been following me for the past month and a half, I've been calling every single top and bottom wick wise because of patterns, right? So this is how. Look, this is a pattern, man. This is a pattern right here. I'm talking about the weekly right now. This is a pattern. So you have your bottom, your bottom, your bottom, first top, your let's just call this a bridge. John and I call it a head, right? We call it a head where you have your one top, your connector, and then you're gonna make your second top. But your second top, which is your right shoulder, this is your left shoulder. And don't think about head and shoulder. I'm not talking about that pattern. Just this is strictly oscillator patterns. This has nothing to do with price action, has nothing to do with head and shoulders in price action. It's completely different. This is basically our lingo, what we came up with based on our own method of trading, and it works. So if you stick around long enough, you understand. So you have your left shoulder, which is over here, left shoulder, your head, and then you're making your right shoulder. Your right shoulder usually consists of 2 to 3 tops, max 3 tops. You're never gonna get more than 3 tops. If an asset ever does 4 tops, it's a fake out blow off top, whatever the case is. But usually with BTC, your third top is your blow off top. So you have your 1, two, and we're anticipating a third top to be your blow off top, wherever this goes, right? Now, the way it works is the third top could be either stronger or weaker than your second mini top within the main top, right? So again, one more time. This is, you probably think that I'm crazy for saying this, but this is how it works. First top, second top. Right, sorry, yeah. Left shoulder, the right shoulder, right? Again, this is not head and shoulders in price action. Please don't message me telling me that that's not a head and shoulder pattern. That's not what I'm talking about. This is our version of it. And then you have your head, which is in the middle, which is a connector, the connector to the two shoulders, right? That being said, usually, more likely than not, this will go up and do this and get rejected off the signal line, right? That's just the way it works based on previous patterns. When this happens, everyone that's been calling bull runs, I'm going to take the screenshot. I'm going to send you guys the screenshot. When this happens, this is going to go somewhere down here, and you're going to have to wait to punt longs when you get an algo fire, right? When you get an algo fire. So this is what I'm anticipating. If you look at the 2 week, it looks so clean. Look at this. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. See how the right shoulder hasn't even touched the signal line yet? It hasn't even touched the signal line. That's how you know that we're going to go in for another top, right? Like this. But look at your RSX. We're ready to cross. So what I'm anticipating to happen, again, I don't care about projections. I go off reaction. So what I'm anticipating is for this to come down, go back up, create a second top. That'll be your main short right here. And the main short meaning that we're probably going to go somewhere down here and wait for this to take place. I'll go. So anywhere. I don't know if it's going to be 5K, 3K, 4K, 2K, 6K, 8K. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to be targeting somewhere down here. Anywhere in this area. First stop will be most definitely 7,000s. I know we're going to go to 7,000s. It doesn't make sense for us not to go to 7,000s. 7,000s, right? But regardless, this doesn't even matter. We're not here to talk about projections and whatnot. I'm trying to give you an idea of how the technicals work when it comes to the oscillators. So when you find an algo fired oscillator, don't be scared to look for shorts. Don't be scared to look for shorts. Don't be scared to look for longs. See, once we crossed here, we had the mega bull trend, which was like I don't know what the percentage was, but it was huge, right? Yeah, 300-400%, huge. I'm anticipating something similar to happen on the next ride down, consolidate, and then that will be the start to our bull run. Now look at the past, right? Look at the past when we had a bull run to get an idea of how well this works. 2014 was a bull run, right? This was a start. Right here. Same thing. This is what I'm anticipating to happen right here. And then we just don't stop until we complete the pattern. Now, look at the difference between everyone saying that we're in a bull run and whatnot. Does this look like bull run behavior where we had a lower high than our previous high on a 2 week time frame? No, it doesn't. Right? The only thing that I could envision if this does not die here, basically the next top, will be to create something like this, which means that we're making our first left shoulder, which is going to be like, hey, we're going to go down, make our head, right, which is going to be this right here, and then we're going to go down, make our right shoulder, which is going to be this over here, and then we're going to dive over down here and create the pattern. But I don't anticipate that because this is one pattern. So sorry to tell you guys, based on the oscillators that we have, this dies. This dies, right? This is one pattern. I'm going to make this a different color. And this is the second pattern. This is one pattern. And now we're doing a second pattern, right? And now every single time the pattern ends, like here, we ended here. Hello. We died. We created a bottom. This is a real bottom with an algo fire. This is a real bottom with an algo fire. This is a real bottom with an algo fire, right? So this pattern dies, man. And we're going to end up coming somewhere down here. Whether that's a $7,000 price, $8,000, I don't know about price. I'm talking strictly about what the behavior is with these oscillators. Anyway, Let's go back to the indicators. So my favorite time frames to use the indicators are going to be my 4 hour. I love the 4 hour. Um, my settings, right? 9, 10, 2.57. Yeah. Or the USDT. Yeah, I only use USDT. I love the 4 hour. So the way the signals work is when you get a sell signal, that signifies that that specific time frame is ready for a possible reversal. It doesn't mean that we are in sell zone. Keep your shorts open until you get a buy. It doesn't work that way, right? The way it works is exit at your nearest trouble area. So I use it with the bands. When you use it with the bands, you get into your short, you want to exit at your nearest trouble area, which is the equilibrium. If you want to be risky, take out 70%, keep the other 30% for the green zone. All right, look how clean this was. You caught your short, you broke under the equilibrium, you retested it, and then you died. Retested it, and then you died. Basically, you're creating drives, right? This is a drive pattern. One, two, three. Three drive, and then your higher low. Now, this is your higher low over here. You know you're going to go higher, right? This is your higher low. There we go. That's your bottom. You know you're going to go higher off this wick, right? And then you want to re-short whenever you get your other indication that you're going short, right? This was a decent short, but the only issue was that on the 4 hour, the oscillators were in the middle of a pattern, right? So you got your short over here. Let's just highlight it real quick. Again, if you stick around long enough, I'm going to teach you guys how to read patterns. Mixing patterns and price action is so significant, you know. High success rate. See, you got your short signal when look how high we are, and the Stokes still hasn't curled. You want to see the signal line on the Stoke turn black, and you're under it with the algo fire. Turn black, and you're over it, right? Turn black, and you're over it. That turn again. Turn black, and you're under it, right? So that would signify a significant dump is coming. Do I think this is the main dump? No, I definitely do not think this is the main dump. Look at the 4 hour. Look where we are. Look at this. You don't die from something like this. You're gonna go create another pattern. Like you don't. You just, whatever short you're in, scalp them or long wherever the support that we end up getting to, because you don't die from this, man. Like you need to have something along the lines of this. You need to have an algo. Just don't punt swing longs unless you see red and black. Don't punt swing shorts. I'm sorry, flip it. Don't punt swing shorts unless you see black and red, and don't punt swing longs unless you see black and dark green. Just keep it simple, right? On a 4 hour time frame. If you're scalping the 15 and 20 minute and 30 minute or 45 minute, whatever you want to, whatever time frame you like scalping, you get in and out as color coordinations start popping up. Color coordinated oscillators start popping up. So right here, crosses, right? Excuse me. So I know I went off track. Strictly talking about the buys and sells. Get a buy at the bottom of the green, take it as long as you have an algo fire with a cross. RSX works with crosses. Version 2 is going to have a highlighted area for the cross, and the Stoke works with over under. You can use it as Stoke as crosses too on lowers, but on a higher time from like a 3 hour or 4 hour, you want to see the retest, right? Like you want to see the retest. You want to see, as long as you're above the black, you want to see the retest, right? 12 hour, I'll show you right now. See, you went down, you had your algo fire, you got your retest over here, and then you went up, right? So yeah, we have a short signal here, but look how much, look how much we're pointing up. The oscillators are pointing north. Look at this bounce. We're bouncing and using the signal line as support. It's tough to die like this, right? It's tough to die like this. You usually want to see a rejection like this, where you cross under the RSX while the algo has been fired, and then you retest it, right? And then you have your algo over here, you have your algo over here, you have your algo over here. So it helps you not take signals blind. It helps you know that the trend, all right, we are red. Look, we're red. Algo has fired in 12 hours. By the way, the 12-hour algo firing on the oscillators is immaculate. You can't beat it. You have to be a dummy to not make money off it, right? And don't overthink it. If you see the algo is fired, look for shorts. Don't overthink it. Just go onto your screen and say, all right, good. My 12-hour looks good for a short. Let's go to the 1 hour now. Let's find a good setup. That's the way I play it, right? The lowers have a lot of noise. You could look, it turns red and black all the time, right? So unless you're scalping, it's you have to be in and out pretty much. So if you have a 15-minute top, for example, if this is a 15-minute top for you, get out as soon as the 15-minute bottoms out. Just get out. Don't hold your shorts, scalp them in and out. You have a 15-minute top over here. Get out as soon as your 15-minute bottom. Ideally, what I do when I scalp, even if you look at the 5-minute or 7-minute, whatever time frame you like to look at, lowers, right? Talk about lowers. The minute you get your top on your lower, and you see that we are, let's just call this ranging within the mid, the gray. If we break above this signal line, anywhere between this range, get out of your shorts. Get out of it. As long as we're under the, see how we've been respecting the signal? We respect it. We respect it. It held us down. We respect it, and then boom, down here we broke above it, and then we went up, tried to make a new top, failed, rejected off the fib, and then came and made the actual bottom. Go to your 30-minute. I'm going to show you guys something. Let's go to the past real quick. So I'm going to show you guys how beautiful this works. Where is it? Right here. Let's just assume that you're taking every single signal short, long, short, long. So if you were to take a short position over here, right? Fires signal, fires a short. Algo looks good. We came from over under. You punch your what's it called? Your stop loss above the wick. You target your equilibrium. Take 70% there. Leave the 30% for the green line, right? But you can hold on to your whole position if you see. Let me just explain to you. If you guys see that the signal line is still above you and we're not green, the minute you start seeing bright green, start taking consideration to close your position. But the minute you see dark green and be like, all right, I'm gonna have to get out either here or wait for the retest. This is your retest right here, right? Went up, down, created. You also created your div, right? And then you carried on to the top. I don't take any signals in the middle. I avoid all signals in the center over here. I don't care. I don't take them. It's not worth it for me. I only take signals that are close to the top, like this. I don't take anything that's close to the equilibrium. It doesn't make any sense to me. Look how clean this is. You want to take your buy, take your buy. You want to take your buy, take your buy. Take a short, take a short, short, short. This was, look at this. So you get a short over here with a cross. How do you know to get out of this, right? You don't. So chances are that this signal right here, look at this. You cross under, but you didn't get your retest. This is your retest over here. I'm telling you, it's gonna take you some time to get to know how to read the retest properly. Again, 4 hour, algo's fired, decent short scalp, should provide some kind of dump, right? But I don't see this thing dying the way it is. Gray area, one more time, is neutral. If it ranges in the middle, it's a chop fest. Gray area over here between the two gray bands is neutral. If it ranges in the middle, it's a chop fest, right? And whatnot. If you're talking about the hires, look at the hires. You got, by the way, on the daily time frame, the signals don't, just ignore them. They don't work too well. So it's not a daily indicator. I'll tell you exactly what time frames to look at. But look, the daily has an algo fire, but we're still pointing up. So there's going to be a significant move other than the scalp that we're about to take right now. So you've been trending up the whole time. You've been in the pink zone. Broke under it. Let's put the trend bars on. Broke under it. Bearish. Black bars are bearish. You retested it and then you dumped. Now we're going back up, found support on the green zone, and now we're going to test the equilibrium. Usually, when you on a higher time, when you break under the equilibrium, which is the mid area, you go and you retest it. Now, what happens after this? Let's throw some fibs on it to see exactly where we are. We should be at the, I don't know if it's the 0.5 or the, yeah, we're at the 0.5. It's a decent short. It's actually a pretty decent short. Not gonna lie to you guys. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I like it. I still think we're gonna go tap this right here. This is my swing shorts. I want to see this get tapped right here. So like 0.4, 11.4, 11.3, even 11.6. I know you guys are gonna call me crazy, but I do anticipate that we're gonna go somewhere up there. You cannot die like this, man. You need to create a whole other pattern right here. Like you need this to happen on the right side. Whatever you see here, basically I'll go over under, I'll go over under. You need to see this happening on the right side, right? So you can't die like this. So wherever this takes us, whether it takes us at 11.7s or 11.8s, wherever it takes us, punt along as a scalp. Could be wrong though, but that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, all right, my favorite time frames. I'm gonna put them in Discord so you guys could see them. 15, 30, 4 hour, 12 hour, 3 day, 5 day. Look how beautiful the 3 day. Oops, take off law. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, 3 days beautiful for spot trading. Look, short, terrible short, but we're look like we found this as support. Actually, listen, man. You take this 3 hour short, right? On that candle. Look where we are. Let's just show you guys where we are. This is the candle. Look where we are. Like, why would you take this short, right? Just because the signal told you to take a short? No, it doesn't work that way. Again, the signals are strictly telling you that there's a possible reversal. Look at the oscillators, man. Look at this. We didn't cross yet. Look how far away we were pointing north. We're not even under any short signal when the Stokes signal line is above us in black. Start looking for shorts, man. Look, start looking for shorts. Start looking for shorts. You know, start looking for longs. Start looking for longs. Start looking for longs. Start looking for shorts. Look for shorts. Right? So anyway, look where the 3 hour bounced beautifully off the equilibrium. So this is why I think that 11.6s are going to get hit. I'm giving you guys my sauce. That's where I think it's going to hit, but this is my zone. Anywhere in between here. So I know it's a big range, and you can be like, "Yo, it's a $500 range." Yeah, I know, but if you start looking at the micros, you get an idea of where we're gonna go. I want to see this area get tapped with a blow off, like with a wick, not this. Not like it's giving us how many hours to short this right now, so it's terrible. No, I want to see like something like this happen over here. All right. So again, 15-minute for scalps. All right, 15-minute for scalps. Personally speaking, 30-minute for scalps. Personally speaking, again, 1 hour is decent. 4 hours my go-to for intros. It's made me the most money the 4 hour. Now, it's a good question that I had that I was asked by one of the members who's been helping me test this out. What happens when you get short signals like this, right? Look how many times we went over under, which means that the hires, right? The hires are not ready to die yet. So 4 hour to do this means that the 12 hour, right, and the 2 day and the 3 day are not ready to reverse. So let's go back to the 4 hour. Let's highlight this so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. So right here. Actually, it's this area right here. That area. Start at the daily. Do you short something like this? Absolutely not. Look at the daily. You don't. You want to be somewhere here. This is how you know that the house is coming down. This is how you know the house is coming down, right? Don't take no swing shorts with the daily looking like this, right? You want this, you want this, you want this right here. Not this. This does not look good when you're above the signal line, right? Look at the 3 day, look at the 2 day, look at the 2 day, blue line, the blue bar, look at the 3 day, the blue bar. You don't do that. Look at the 12 hour, the blue box bar, whatever you want to call it. No, you don't do that, right? So the easiest way to avoid taking false signals is if we're trending, don't take signals. This is trending. We broke out of the bands, right? Don't take any signals out of the bands. Don't take any signals out of the bands. Wait until we get back into the bands because the indicator works the best when we're ranging. Works the best when we're in the bands, we're ranging, right? Only take the indicating signals when we are back in the bands and we start arranging. Range, 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 range. The minute we get out of the bands, don't take the signals. Yeah, I took it because I knew better how to read the oscillators, right? But if you don't know how to read the oscillators, don't take them. Do not take them. Only look for ranging indicators, indications of the signals, rather, let's call them, right? Again, look at this over here. Buy, sell, buy. Beautiful. When we ranged and consolidated, if I had what I have now 2 months ago, I would have, a month and a half ago, I would have slayed it. But I didn't have it, right? We just stamped it about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. It's been going through tons of testing. All right, that's pretty much it. Now that's how I use the TMA bands. Throw liquidity on it. How do you use liquidity? I'm gonna scalp without my liquidity bands. I can't back test this for you guys like live because the lines gravitate as volume comes in. It is a volume based liquidity formula that moves as bearish and bullish volume enters the assets exchange route. So let's just say it that way. So when people buy a lot of Bitcoin, then and we start pumping up, then you see that all these values start shifting up. So the 100L currently right now might be sitting at 10,965. Within 3 hours, it might be at 11,050. Trying to give you an example. So I can't show this to you guys live how well it works, but if you actually have the indicator, it's amazing when it comes to scalping. Usually the way it works is you create a zone 100 to 100, which is your chop zone for that specific time frame, and you want to play the 50s to the 50s or the 50s to the 100s, and then vice versa, the 100s to the 50s and vice versa, basically. So just play ping pong. When the asset like BTC hits the 25s, more likely than not, within about 48 to 72 hours, it will revert to the other side of the 25. That's just the way it works, right? If it's gonna hit the 25 longs and take all the liquidity of the 25x longs, it will go all the way up to the short area. It might take like 3 days, but it's gonna happen, man. My favorite time frame to use this is the 30-minute. The 1 hour is very well. It works very well as well. It respects the supports. Well, not the support. I'm sorry. It respects the levels very well, but it just takes a longer time for it to actually hit. For example, like right now, we took the 50 shorts, and what I'm anticipating to happen. I know it's the weekend, so it doesn't really matter what I want to happen. Anything can happen on the weekend. They can control and do whatever they want. Usually, when you hit the 50s, the 50 shorts, you want to target the 100s. So to come down here, consolidate, and then go back up to make another leg, or to come down to the 50L, consolidate, and go make another leg, right? So either way, I don't anticipate 25s to get hit anytime soon until we take out the 25s up here. Could be wrong. So my setup is my bands in the background like this. Oh, also, let me just show you another thing. Liquidity also has a um, cloud to give you a visual. See how well it respects it? So you know that you're safe when you're shorting on top. Let's go to the lowers. When you short that you're saving on top, shorting on top where the cloud is, right? Longing, don't short down here. Don't short down here. Don't short down here. How many times do I want to say? Do not short on the green cloud, right? So if you want to punt any shorts, make sure we're at the red cloud, as close as you can to a 50S or as close as you can to a 100S. 100S shorts are very risky, and unless you have good risk management, avoid them. 50S shorts offer a better RR only because your invalidation is closer. So if you enter an 100S short, you want to have your invalidation to be the 50S. So at that point, your stop loss is going to be bigger, right? If you get into a short say you get into a short somewhere down here, right? You're going to have your invalidation that high. What are you really targeting at that point? Like, what's the point? We're going to target this, a 1R? Like, what are you doing? It makes no sense, right? Unless you're confident that we're going to hit the 50. Right, that's different. But currently, what I'm doing right now is I'm playing the 50 right now. I'm in a short. That's my stop loss, and I'm targeting the 100. That's my position right now. So I do this all day. Just sit and I just scalp all day. It's easy to make money if you have a visual of where price can be, and especially if you know TA and you can create levels. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this one, and you can create levels for you, where you know exactly where price needs to break to invalidate your position and whatnot. Throw some trend lines on this, right? You throw some trend lines so you know that if we get down here, we're going to bounce somewhere over here. It's a trend line. There's tons. Throw some fibs if you want to, man. So the breakout was, you could take a fib down on here, but if you're playing the 1 hour, the breakout was from here. This is your higher low. So I don't anticipate that we're probably gonna get some kind of bounce somewhere over here in the nine area, right? So it just depends on your trading style. But you could. There's a million ways to execute this, right? A million ways. I prefer to use a liquidity with my TMA bands in the background. Turn the cloud off. That's what I like to do. That's exactly how I like to play it. Short the top. Whether this works or not, I don't care. Stop loss there. Target the equilibrium. 100x. I mean, you're not going to get a cleaner setup than this. You're not going to get it. I'll punt shorts like this all day, all night. You won't get cleaner. Whether it works out or it doesn't, probability is it will. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not here to predict where price is going to go, but that's how I play it, right? And then the flip side, I will look for longs down here. Oops. You could do two things. You could be smart and put the short down here, the stop loss down here, but it's going to create a terrible RR. Or you can stick it over here and take the reverse side for a double top. And for a double top, I mean somewhere over here to target the weekend. Right here. Target somewhere in this wick. That's it. Very simple. Or if you want, be conservative. Wait for the 50x. What I would normally do if I'm out and I don't have time to watch it, I wouldn't take the 100. I'll wait for the 50, and then I'll target either the 50 or the 100. Like this. Or a stop loss under this wick. Or wait until the wick takes place, enter on the retest of the 50, and call it a day, like the way I did over here. So the wick took place right here. I did it on the lowers though, so I'm on the 15-minute. And I got it over here. That's all. Very simple. And then you put your stop loss on that wick. All right, so I spoke to you guys about the liquidity bands. I told you guys exactly what I use. See how well it's respecting this line over here? We need to break this. If we keep trending within the top zone, it's going to constantly keep going up, no matter what we do. No matter what we do, it's going to constantly keep going up. So we need to break under this and start ranging somewhere in the bottom and whatnot. So let's see now. What else? Spoke about the liquidity. Spoke about the indicator oscillators. Um, 1 hour. 1 hour. So we have our. Yeah, I like it, man. I mean, everything looks good right now. Everything looks good. It's the weekend, so I don't really take price action into consideration because they can move the price in any direction they want. But as of right now, I like it. I like what I'm seeing. Overall, I do anticipate price to go higher. I know everyone thinks I'm crazy. Um, Whether we get down here at 10.4 or 10.7, I don't know where we go. I really don't care. I do anticipate that we're going to go up to the 11.6 range. I want to see it. I personally do want to see it. I'll be okay with 11.4s. I'm not going to lie to you. But I do want to see 11.6s to be able to say, all right, we're good. I just can't see it dying from here. Like, meaning dying as in like making a brand new low, dying like 9,100, 9,200. Everyone's saying that we're going to go up to this OB down here at 90, 96 to fill the gap. And then from here, wick down to 91, 92. Well, it could happen. I just don't see it yet until we go further up. That being said, one more time, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour is okay. 4 hours my go-to. 12 hours my go-to. Again, this short signal over here, don't get confused, guys. Like what? Look what happened over here, right? Short signal. Look where we are over here. Look where we are over here, right? So be careful. We bounced off. There's a reason why we use the oscillator. We bounced off the signal line. You bounce off the signal line. You want to treat this as a scalp. The way this was a scalp, then you have to get out because it's going to go up for another push. That's what I'm anticipating is going to happen, right? So just be careful with this. Whether this happens or not, just be careful. Caution, please. This is a huge gap. You don't really die with a gap this big. You want to be under this line. This silver line needs to be under the signal line. What else did I want to tell you guys? That's pretty much it. I'm going to do a live stream for you guys sometime next week, so you could ask questions live. How to use the oscillators. We're constantly making changes. Well, John's constantly making changes to them. He's taken me under his wing. I've known the guy for roughly about like 10, 15 years, a long time. I'm probably longer, man. Doesn't, I don't know, it was since high school pretty much. And it was, he took everything that he knew from development, because he's a senior developer, but he doesn't know how to trade, and he incorporated in the trading aspect. And he needed assistance, um, combining price action with his algorithms. And so I'm learning as I'm going as well. I'm just like you guys. I'm learning. He's trained me. He's taught me and trained me how to use oscillators the right way. His oscillators specifically, because I only know how to use how to trade off price action. So if you mix price action and pattern trading, you're gonna have a significant ROI. It's beautiful. You get the whole picture painted without having to draw a million goddamn lines for supports and resistances. By the way, he is working on support and resistance video, so it should be out within the next, say, 2-3 weeks. It's awesome. He's currently working on a time capsule, which tells you exactly where the tops and the bottoms could be, not price, strictly time. For example, September 21st only punt longs. September 30th only punt shorts. Right. That should be out soon. He's still working on tweaking that formula. But let me give you another example of this. Right. So you want to punt longs. We crossed under, and we're hitting the middle. Usually the middle gray area offers support. Don't forget the fib lines that we came up with. They work. Don't neglect them. They work. They offer bounces, right? They really do offer bounces. Um, Usually on the highs, 30 minute to 1 hour plus, they work very well. The fib levels, you see them, they work very well. They get respected. So if you see an algo fire on a fib level, don't be scared to take it, man. It's very they were precisely put in place to give you guys a visual of where the top and bottom could potentially be. Look at that. See how well it respects it. The red zone, the red highlighted background is a resistance area, a significant resistance, right? So if you get this, you feel confident that the top is near, right? The Stoke's a little bit more on the wishy-washy because it fluctuates more, right? But this over under at a fib level with the background red, the probability of this not working is probably 5%. Like, this is if you're able to spot these all day or night, you will make money. They don't come often, but look at the confluence. Fib, background is red, over under, meaning you're under the signal line, plus the algo activated, you're going to make money. Whatever that is, 3%, 2%, I don't know. It looks like a 2.5, 3% move, 2% move. Yeah, you find those, hit them all the time. Blind. Um, so yeah, I'm anticipating this to find support at the gray area. Look, we're at the fib level right now, right? This thing can curl here, or it can curl here. It can curl here, or it can come down here and curl down here, right? Again, this too, it can curl here, go back up, make another top, and then die. So use the fib levels. On the 4 hour, they respect them very well as well. Nice 4 hour algo over here. Yeah, you see how well it respects it? It respects them very well. Use them. Don't be scared to take them. Don't be scared to take them. See how I bounced off it and went up for another top, and then it died? Yeah. So, again, guys, please be careful when taking the signals blind. This is such an easy pattern. See? One top, mid, the bridge. Now we're going to go make another top. So I want to see this right shoulder look like this. Red, over, under, and then you want to die. I expect higher. Minimum, this cluster over here. So that's pretty much it. Any other questions? Shoot me a message in the feedback section. We're gonna do a live stream. DM me. It's fine. I'm here to help. I'm probably gonna go full-time trading within the next, maybe by the end of the year. I should be full-time trading, so I'll be here to help everybody out. I trade on Prime. I'll throw the link if you guys want in the chat room. It's awesome. I have a 50% bonus code to give you guys 50% cash. So if you deposit $2,000, they'll give you 50% cash to play with. I also have 25% off fees code, which helps with the fees, because your fees might actually put a dent in your account. The best thing about the Prime exchange is that you're able to hedge short and long as many positions as you want. So you could be a 5 BTC short and then a 5 BTC long swing, and then you could be scalping in the midst of it with a 2 BTC short and a 2 BTC long, scalping the ups and downs. You got multiple positions open, hedged left and right. I love it. One of the best exchanges. It's clean, it's quick, no complaints. I'll put the link in the profile afterwards. After get this video rendering and whatnot. So that's pretty much it. Any other questions? Shoot me a message. I hope you guys found the video very educational. I'm gonna go through it one more time. My favorite time frames for the signals is 15-minute, 30-minute, 4-hour, 12-hour. The 1 hour works okay. Don't look at the dailies. If you talk about strictly for buys and sells, if you want to look at macros, 5-day, 3-day, 4-day, 2-day works very well. It respects the lines. It respects the bands. See buys. Again, you don't take this as too high. Sells. Look at the 3-day. 3-day should paint a better picture. Look, buy, sell, bounce off the equilibrium. So we should go retest the pink zone somewhere up here just to give you a visual. The 2-day works decently too. Buy, sell. 12-hour, it's good, but just don't take the signals blind. 4 hours, my go-to for intra trading. 1 hour hasn't painted anything because we haven't really hit the level that it needs to. Again, the signals don't come unless that specific time frame is ready for a massive reversal. And 30-minute works very well as well. Look, we bounced, right? Found support on the gray, we bounced. There you go. Liquidity, when I'm playing with liquidity, I love using the 15, 30, 1 hour. If you want to look at higher, the daily, you want to see the daily, take all the liquidities before you actually punch shorts. 3-day usually before it reverses. Let's zoom in. The 3-day usually, there you go. Look, we hit the 100 short. Boom. Usually before you swing a short, you want to see at least one of the 3 levels get tapped. We did. Awesome. Decent RR for a scalp. And I don't look at the daily for that. 1 hour is good too. And I mean, that's about it. What else did I want to tell you guys? The inputs, my inputs, again, you could reset is the 4, aggressive, toggle on, make the 7. Now, if you decide to sit down one day and just play with the indicator to see what works best for you or what values you could work with, start messing with it. Candle gap length is how many candles you want before the next signal appears. Algo based again, right? It's not price action, it's algo based. So you can mess with this all you want, and then you can increase this all you want to give you different signals, right? You're gonna get different inputs. And you can lower this to get more signals. You can increase these to get less signals, right? So just play with it. If you find something that you like input wise and it works well, back testing it and use it. You know, just play with all the signals and see what works best for you. And if you like it, just use it, stick with it. But again, it's a matter of learning how to use the indicator so you don't take them blind. If you're looking for something that's going to tell you to buy and just walk away, this isn't it. I'm telling you right now, this isn't it. This has a high success rate only because of the mere fact that it's tied to a visual. You know, it has a really high success rate because it's tied to a visual. That's all. And if you're not interested in actually looking, then it's not going to work for you. You can't just say, "Oh, I have a sell signal. Let me just punt the short and call it a day." No, it doesn't work that way. The reason why these short signals work is because you tie them to a visual, right? Like, I'll go, boom, just tie it to a visual. That's it. Call it a day. Right? Right? Again, guys, just look for the algo. You can change the colors, but just look for the algo. Dark red, dark green, fibs for resistance and supports. Red highlighted background is a significant area for the lowers, for rejections, like over here. And that's it. We got our first cross. See how this is pointy, but this isn't pointy? It's going to go back up. Yeah, there's little tricks and stuff for you to learn. Stick around long enough and you understand it. And that's about it. Just enjoy the video and shoot me a message if you guys have any questions. Cheers.